What is going on, folks? It's your boy Luke here, All-Star 100, coming at you with episode 3 of Q&Allstar. This is the weekly series that I say comes out every Thursday, but actually comes out on Friday, where I answer any of your questions, whether they be Lego Star Wars, or pretty much just about anything related to anything. So, without further ado, let's jump right into all these wonderful questions that everybody left for me. So thank you. Let's go. Alright, and our first question comes from Thorn Zoomstein, who asks, who is your favorite YouTuber? And thanks for featuring me twice, of course. Here's your third feature. Thank you for asking awesome questions, so I'm going to answer them. So, I don't think I have one distinct favorite YouTuber. I'm going to name a couple of my favorites. Let's see. Obviously, I watch a lot of the Lego community people, Just Too Good, M&R Productions. I gotta say though, I really like Gus Johnson, his brother Sven Johnson. I think those two guys are hilarious. Curtis Connor, I enjoy watching his stuff a lot. And then like some kind of like other educational, what do you call them? Channels. Yeah, like I like SciShow Space. I think Hank and John Green host like a lot of those episodes or whatever, and I think they do a good job. So yeah. Next up, Get Bricked wants to know, do you like the new EA Star Wars Battlefront 2? That's if you play it. So yeah, I don't actually play Star Wars Battlefront 2. I watched a like a cinematic kind of compilation of all the cutscenes. I thought it was cool. It's a cool game. Haven't really played it though. Yeah. So I can't speak much on that, but I think it's got a cool story, and yeah, who knows? Maybe someday I'll check it out. The boss coming at us with probably my favorite question of today. Do you think that it was inevitable that the Industrial Revolution would result in a vast global unemployment? Opinions, questions, comments? So I'm assuming, you know, the main Industrial Revolution, like 1790, it started in England. I think, you know, with like the creation of like mass industry and like mass production and stuff and large factories, like, you know, it like created a lot of jobs. Obviously, a lot of people like began to, you know, come to the cities and form and work in these large factories. So like in that way, it kind of made more jobs. But also, there's a lot of machines that are now doing the same work that humans used to do. So now, like, humans are operating the machines. Machines are doing a lot of work. So it's pretty interesting. You know, I like history a lot. I'm not doing a good job of talking about the Industrial Revolution, but I do appreciate questions like that. So, yeah, it was an interesting time. Dutastic wants to know, would you ever consider streaming or making a video about something that isn't Lego? So, I do like live streams, but obviously, usually when I do those, I do just talk about Lego or build Lego or whatever, or I'm hanging with Lego people. So, but yeah, it's funny you should say that, actually. I am working on my very first vlog. So, yeah, I was taking like some videos of me at work and stuff, and yeah, so that'll be coming out soon. No promises on that, but stay tuned for that. There's not a whole lot of Lego going on in there. It's just kind of my life, or part of it at least. So, yeah, hope that answers your question. Tuscan Productions would like to know, do you think we could get more named Phase 2 clone troopers like Wolf or Vaughn? I'm sure, yeah, we could in the future, you know. I'm no expert, and I don't keep up with a lot of the leaks. I don't have any up-to-date, super reliable sources, but, you know, there's always a possibility, and I feel like there's a really huge demand for it. A lot of people are really interested in Phase 2 clone troopers. So, yeah, I feel like that's something, you know, if Lego's smart, they'd probably want to capitalize on, but who knows what they think sometimes. Sometimes they just do whatever. So hopefully that'd be cool to see, and hopefully they're not in ridiculous expensive sets. Next up, Jawa says, will you play Star Wars Squadrons when it comes out? I'm gonna go ahead and say probably not. Kind of the same thing with Battlefront 2. First of all, is it coming out on Switch? It might be coming out on Switch. It's not coming out on Switch. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get it. I don't have an Xbox or a PS4, so I'm going to have to wait on that. I might do the same thing, kind of watch the cutscenes and whatnot. But, yeah, I don't know. Not super appealing. Alright, and next up we got Bagel Lover. I dig that name, man. What is your favorite Lego pieces? Answer to the best of your ability. So, yeah, I actually pulled out a couple pieces here that, you know, I just dug through my collection a little bit. And these are some ones that I really like. I really like this, like, big octagon piece. I don't know. I feel like that's pretty cool. I like these things. These are like structure, like little pillar tower things. Pretty solid. This one. These kind of pieces, they can be like angled, you know, build like a circle or something. That's pretty sick. I like these old gun molds, like from back in the day, from like Star Wars, you know. And you see that? Yeah, you know, like with the studs on the side. Like, I feel like that was pretty cool. That's a classic piece. I also like these ones with they got studs on all four sides and the top there. Those are pretty useful. I like these older rifle molds. These are, I feel like they're pretty old. You know, I got them from some older Western sets back in the day. This kind of piece, I don't know. That's pretty neat. I don't know any of these names. You know, cheese slopes, I feel like are way underrated. Add a lot of detail there with the cheese slopes. See if you can see that kind of piece. You know, all different colors. I just picked the dark bluish gray because I had that. Also, I really like these pieces for some reason. The 1x1 rounded, you know, smooth studs kind of. I think those are pretty sick. Excited to see those in the mosaic sets, though I don't know if I'm gonna get those. And also this piece, it's kind of like a back thing, you know. You put that on a minifigure, you know, and you can put some stuff on the back there. Those are pretty neat. And finally, lightsaber hilts. I got a blue one here, dark blue, I guess. So that's pretty solid, dude. These are some of my favorite pieces. Also, I love minifigures, so like any kind of minifigure piece, you know, head, torso, legs, those are gotta be some of my favorites too. So great question, Bagel Lover. Alright, and the Purple Stud coming at us with another great question. Asked, if you could have your dream Lego set made, but then have your current favorite set cease to exist, would you take advantage of the opportunity? What would the set be, and what favorite set of yours would you choose to never have existed? So, yeah, my favorite set is the Palpatine's Arrest, back in like 2012, and I thought about it, and I think right now I feel like my dream Lego set would be like a huge Geonosian arena kind of mock thing, you know, like when a bunch of Jedi come in and they're fighting the Geonosians, and big builds of like the Acklay and the other monsters. I would like a set like that, but it'd have to be big, dude, like big. And I don't really buy big sets, you know, like I don't have any UCS sets, so like, but this one would have to be big. And if I could have a set like that and have the Palpatine's Arrest set not exist, I feel like I would take advantage of that opportunity, because you could put in a lot of other Jedi, even some Jedi that were in the Palpatine's Arrest set. You could put them in the Geonosian Arena set. So for that reason, I'm gonna go with that answer. Good question, man. Next up, Cammy Boy asks, what was your very first Lego set? Also amazing videos. Keep up the good work. So I did a little digging in my collection recently, and I like the first set that I have a memory of buying is the General Grievous's speeder bike chase set back from 2005. I remember going to the store and picking that up. But I think one of like the oldest sets that I actually own, I did a video about it. They're from the Spider-Man 2 movie. It was in my recent video about all the sets I've rebuilt in the quarantine. It's the Doc Ock's Fusion Lab from Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 movie. So that set came out in 2004. And I feel like I remember seeing that at the store, getting that. I would have been like 5 or 6 at the time, back in 2004. So, yeah, I want to say that's the first one. He also says, also amazing videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Cammy. I appreciate it. You're nice. Ramses Cooper asks, what kind of camera do you use and how did you get it? So, right now, I use my iPhone 7 Plus. I have that as a phone, and I got it from the Virgin Mobile website. That's my carrier. You know, I don't use AT&T or nothing. So, actually, funny story. I used to have, before I had the iPhone, I had like a crappy, like cheap Samsung phone, and So like when I first started like this channel, I bought this camera right here, this like Canon. I don't even know what it is, but I paid, I don't remember how much I paid, like 80, $100. It's kind of expensive, and honestly the camera is not that great, but I went ahead and got it, and so I don't really use it anymore. There's you guys. You can see me filming on my iPhone there, kind of little setup. So yeah, so I used to use this, now I use the iPhone. Long answer to a short question. Thank you. Silas Floyd asks, if you could bring one Lego theme back, what would it be? That's a good question. I think I'd bring back, if I had to pick one, I feel like I'd go with Exo-Force. Exo-Force is a solid older set, dude. Yeah, and again, I recently rebuilt my Exo-Force set. I recently rebuilt this Exo-Force set. This is like the Fire Viper or whatever, Fire Striker. So, yeah, he was in my quarantine rebuilt sets, and I have a couple other smaller Exo-Force sets, and it was a cool theme. The mechs are pretty cool. Yeah, so I feel like that's the one I would do. I feel like there's a lot they could do now, like if they brought it back, like, you know, like this is from 2007. Like, mechs have come a long way since 2007, so I think there's a lot of dope stuff they could do if they brought it back. Also, Power Miners is pretty cool. I can see Power Miners coming back. Diego Gonzalez asks, have you ever watched The Adventure of Clutch Powers? Do you like it? And if you haven't, do you plan on watching it soon? So, no, I've never seen The Adventures of Clutch Powers. Alright, I looked it up to make sure I knew what I was talking about, and yeah, I've never seen it. Do I plan on seeing it? Potentially, you know. I don't know if it's like available anywhere, but I don't know. I feel like I'm not going to go out of my way to try and watch it, but if the opportunity presents itself, perhaps. Zay A asks, what are all the Lego themes you are into? So, the main ones, obviously, big Star Wars fan. Marvel, DC, I like those. I actually just got my first Hidden Side set the other day, so that's pretty neat. Video about that coming soon. I'm trying to look around. I can appreciate Ninjago. I don't know, I don't have very many Ninjago sets, you know. I made a collection video about that the other day, but not too bad. Lego City, you know, I really like Lord of the Rings. I thought that was dope when they had that. But yeah, right now I think the main stuff that I buy is pretty much Star Wars, Marvel, or DC. Eustace Things wants to know, which type of Lego do you like better, Jurassic Park Lego sets or Star Wars? So I would say probably Star Wars. And yeah, also I like Jurassic World too. That's another theme that I'm into. My Barnes and Noble haul, I got like 2 Jurassic World sets, and yeah, so I really like Jurassic World's a cool theme too. So, but I like Star Wars better. Susan M asks, how long have you liked Lego for? So I've pretty much been into Lego like my whole life. You know, like I said, back in 2004, 2005, I remember getting some Spider-Man, some Star Wars sets. So yeah, and I mean, I never really had like a dark ages really. Like, I've always like been into Lego and like bought Lego, but you know, some years I'd buy more Lego than others, and so like I have like a couple sets from like pretty much every year. I'd say about I was looking at Brickset the other day, and like there's no like big gap of time where like I didn't buy any Lego, so it's something I've always kind of been interested in. Alright, and finally, our final question comes from Michael Doherty, who wants to know, who is your favorite clone from the Clone Wars? So, I'm going to go with Commander Gree for nostalgic reasons. I have an old action figure of Commander Gree. I think he looks dope, and he's got a couple of cool appearances in the Clone Wars TV show. He's in a couple of neat arcs, so, yeah, I'm going to go with him. I think he's my favorite clone trooper, so, yeah. Alright folks, and that just about does it. So thank you once again very much to everybody who asked questions on the last episode, and continue to ask questions for future episodes. I really appreciate it, and I enjoyed answering a lot of these. These were very thought-provoking questions that I actually had to do a little thinking about, so that's something I always enjoy. So yeah, for real, thank you everybody for asking really great questions, and yeah, always appreciate it. So yeah, stay tuned for next, I want to say Thursday, though I do have an exam on Friday, so next week might be kind of crazy, but I'll get you a Q&Allstar episode 4. So at some point. So yeah, all right. Thank you as always, and make sure you have a great day. We will see you next time. Peace.